Brian has 96 hours to save his daughter from human traffickers. That is all the time he has. 4 days, not a week, not a month, just 96 hours. After that, his daughter is gone forever, lost in a world so dark, so hidden, that even governments look the other way. But the men who took her made one mistake, one very, very costly mistake. They took the daughter of a man who spent his entire life learning exactly how to find people who do not want to be found, and how to deal with them when he does. This is Taken. Bryan Mills is not like other fathers. He is calm, he is quiet, he moves through the world with the kind of stillness that only comes from years of doing very dangerous things in very dark places. He used to work for the CIA. Before that, he was a Green Beret. He has a very particular set of skills, built up over a long career. Skills that made him useful to governments, skills that made him feared by the right people. But all of that is behind him now. Brian left that life to be closer to his daughter, Kim. She is 17 years old, full of life, living with her mother Lenore and her wealthy stepfather Stuart. Brian and Lenore are divorced. It is not a bitter divorce, but it is a real one. And Brian knows, whenever he shows up for Kim's birthdays or school events, that he is on the outside of her life looking in. He is trying to fix that, quietly, patiently, the same way he does everything. One evening, Brian is hired to provide security at a private concert for a famous pop star named Shira. During the show, a man with a knife gets close to her. Brian moves fast, takes the man down, and gets Shira to safety. It is professional, clean, no panic. After the show, Shira is grateful. She offers to have her personal singing coach listen to Kim, who has dreams of becoming a singer one day. For Brian, this feels like progress, a small gift he can bring his daughter, a door he can open for her. He has no idea that a very different kind of door is about to open, and that door opens sooner than anyone expected. Kim comes to Brian with a request. She wants to go to Paris with her best friend Amanda. Just a holiday, just two young girls seeing the world. She needs his written permission to go. Brian hesitates. He knows the world better than most people do. He knows what can happen out there. He says no at first. Lenore pushes back. Stuart pushes back. Kim pleads. And eventually, against every instinct he has, Brian signs the form. He lets her go. At the airport, Kim finally tells him the full truth. It is not just Paris. She and Amanda are planning to follow the band U2 across Europe on their entire tour. Brian is not happy, but the flight is already boarding. There is nothing he can do now. So Kim and Amanda fly to Paris. They land at Charles de Gaulle Airport, and on the way out, they meet a friendly young man named Peter. He offers to share a taxi. He is charming, easy to talk to. They accept without thinking twice. This seems harmless enough, but it is the worst decision they will make all trip. They arrive at the apartment belonging to Amanda's cousins, only to find that the cousins are away in Spain. The two girls are completely alone in a city they do not know, in an apartment that belongs to people who are not there. Kim calls Brian to let him know they arrived safely, and while she is on the phone, she looks out the window and sees something that makes her go completely still. Men moving toward the building, fast. Brian hears the change in her voice immediately. He tells her to get under the bed, to hide, to describe everything she can see. Kim does exactly what he says, watching through the gap under the door, as Amanda is grabbed and dragged away screaming. Then footsteps come toward her room. She tells her father, "There is a man. He is coming." Brian tells her quietly, "If they take you, do not fight. Let them take you. And as they do, look at them. Remember every detail. Hair, eyes, accent, anything you can, because I am coming for you." The man finds Kim. The phone gets knocked from her hand. Brian hears his daughter scream. Then silence. Then a voice on the line. One of the men has picked up the phone. He speaks English. He is calm. And this is the moment that every person who has ever seen this film remembers. Brian tells him clearly, "I do not know who you are. I do not know what you want, but I have a very particular set of skills. Skills I have built up over a long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that will be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you do not, I will look for you. I will find you, and I will kill you." The man on the other end of the phone listens to every word. Then he says, "Good luck," and the line goes dead. Brian is already moving before the call ends. Without wasting a single second, he contacts his former colleague Sam, one of the few people he still trusts from his old life. Sam listens to the recording of the voice on the phone and identifies it immediately. Albanian sex trafficking ring. The voice belongs to a man named Marco Hoxha, a mob boss who runs one of the most dangerous operations in Europe. And then Sam tells Brian something that turns everything into a race against time. Based on previous cases, girls taken by this group have a window of 96 hours. After that, they disappear into the trafficking network so deep that no one ever finds them again. Brian books the next flight to Paris. There is no time to waste. At Kim's apartment, he moves through the rooms carefully and methodically. He finds her phone, he checks the photos, and in the reflection of one image, he spots Peter, the friendly young man from the airport. Not a random stranger, a spotter. Someone whose entire job is to find young girls traveling alone, build their trust, and hand them over to the men waiting behind him. Brian tracks Peter to the airport where he is already back at work, looking for his next victim. Peter breaks free, runs, and stumbles straight into moving traffic. He is killed instantly. With that, Brian's only direct lead disappears. But Brian does not stop. He never stops. He reaches out to an old contact in Paris, Jean-Claude, a former French intelligence agent who now works for the national police. Jean-Claude knows exactly what is going on in this city. He tells Brian where the Albanians operate, but he also warns him clearly, stay away from this. Let the proper authorities handle it. Brian listens patiently, and then he does exactly what he was going to do anyway. He plants a listening device on an Albanian pimp working in the city's red light district. He hires a translator and listens in. He follows the trail to a makeshift brothel hidden inside a construction yard. He goes in hard and fast, takes down every man inside, and finds a young drugged woman wearing Kim's jacket. She is not Kim, but she was in the same place as Kim. That is enough. Brian gets her out. He takes her to a hotel and helps her recover through the night. By morning, she is able to speak. She tells him about a safe house where she and Kim were kept together before being separated. And just like that, the trail is alive again. Brian goes straight to the safe house. He poses as Jean-Claude, pretending to renegotiate the Albanian operation's police protection payments. When he gets inside and hears Marco's voice, he knows immediately it is him. The meeting erupts into violence. Brian fights through the house and eventually finds Amanda in a back room. She did not make it. She died from a drug overdose. She was just a teenager who went on holiday with her best friend, and now she is gone. Brian does not stop moving. He captures Marco, ties him to a chair, and asks one question: where is my daughter? Marco says nothing, so Brian connects wires to the chair, to the floor, and he waits. Marco holds out. Brian turns the dial higher. Marco holds out longer. Brian tells him quietly, I will leave this running. You can die here, or you can tell me where she is. The choice is yours. Marco finally breaks. He reveals that virgins are kept separate, taken to private auctions, and sold to the highest bidder. Kim is still alive because of that one detail, and the man running those auctions is a crime boss and terrorist named Patrice St. Clair. Brian walks out of the room without another word. He leaves the electricity running behind him. But even with St. Clair's name, there is still one more obstacle standing in his way: Jean-Claude, the contact who warned Brian to stay away. Brian goes to him and forces the truth out. Jean-Claude has been taking money from St. Clair for years. He has been protecting the entire operation in exchange for regular payments. He is part of it. Brian takes St. Clair's location from him and leaves him on the floor, alive. Barely. Now Brian has everything he needs, and time is almost up. St. Clair's mansion hides a secret underground level. Beneath the floors, a private auction is already underway. Girls are being brought out, one by one, displayed, and sold to wealthy men from around the world like they are objects in a catalog. Brian gets inside, moving through the shadows, watching from the edges as each sale is completed. Then he sees her, Kim, the last one of the nights. The final sale. She has been dressed and prepared like she is a piece of property, because to every man in that room, she is exactly that. Brian cannot make a move yet. If he acts now, in a room full of armed guards, he will not reach her in time. So instead, he does something unexpected. He finds the Arab bidder sitting near him, puts a gun to his side quietly, and forces him to raise his hand and place the winning bid. The bid is accepted. Kim is sold. But the moment Brian tries to follow, he is caught. Guards surround him from every side. St. Clair orders him killed on the spot. They drag him away from the auction floor. They still do not know who they are dealing with. Brian breaks free. He moves through that room like a force of nature, taking out every guard, one by one. Fast, brutal, completely unstoppable. St. Clair tries to run. Brian catches him. St. Clair is badly wounded but still breathing. Brian asks where Kim is. St. Clair tells him she has already been taken to a nearby yacht belonging to a sheikh who purchased her through a private arrangement. Brian looks at him for one moment, then he shoots him. He runs to the harbor. The yacht is large and heavily guarded. Brian moves through it deck by deck, clearing every level as he goes. He reaches the lower deck. He finds a locked bedroom door. He breaks it open, and inside, a sheikh is holding Kim at knife point, using her as a human shield between himself and Brian. Brian does not hesitate. He takes the shot. The sheikh falls, and Kim, trembling, barely able to process what is happening, looks up and sees her father standing in the doorway. He is there. He came. He actually came. Brian crosses the room and holds his daughter, and this time, he does not let go. After everything, they fly home together. Back in the United States, Kim is finally reunited with her mother Lenore and stepfather Stuart. She is shaken. She will carry the weight of what happened to her for a long time to come, but she is alive. She is home, and her father brought her back from a place most people never come back from. True to his word, Brian keeps the promise he made her long before any of this happened. He takes Kim to meet Shira, the pop star whose life he saved at the concert at the very beginning of the story. Shira agrees to work with Kim personally, to help her develop her voice, to give her a real shot at the dream she has been holding on to her whole life. And that is Taken. If this recap had you on the edge of your seat, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Drop a comment below and tell us what is your favorite moment from Taken. We will see you in the next one.